Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel. My name is Michael, and it is time for another episode of Miniatures Mondays. And as usual, it's HO Scale Slot Cars. Let's get into it. Now, those of you that have been watching this year know that I have been working on selling off my AMC diecast collection, or at least a good chunk of it. And that is still true and still happening. But two things that I was not getting rid of were my model cars and my slot cars. And the reason for that is simple. I still build models, and it's something that's great fun to do and whatnot. And kind of don't have very many of them because it's more of a quality over quantity thing, especially with AMC models. They don't make a whole lot of them. But then also slot cars. I race slot cars, so I race them with my kids, and every once in a while I get to go to one of the local Fozar races and race with those guys. And I've got my own tracks and things like that, so I can actually use them all the time. But the diecasts were just sitting around in bins in the garage. They weren't even on display. So obviously I'm keeping all my display ones and the ones that'll rotate through display and things like that. But if I'm not actually displaying them or using them in any way, it was time for them to go. But with the slot cars, even though I'm not going to race each and every single one of them, or they're not all race cars or whatever, I still like to collect them. They don't take up that much space, and I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to these Auto Worlds, because I really appreciate that Auto World is still making AMCs, and that is really cool. These are their two newest AFX style Javelins. So this is their they call it their X-Traction Ultra G. It's like an old school AFX Magna Traction chassis. It's got a little extra traction magnet on there. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst. They're fun to drive and slide around. But yeah, they repopped the old Aurora 71 Javelin AMX Trans Am style car. And they've been putting them out in these more stock paint schemes, which are actually really nice. This one is a really cool blue color. It looks a little Big Bad Blue on video, but it is not. This is actually a really nice medium tone blue. It is not metallic, but it is a nice medium blue color. I do like that. They've got the 71 Trans Am style T-stripe on there. The real cars didn't actually come with those. They all came with the ones that point back. But it's very common to see these stripes being put on 71s in particular, which is cool. So I do like that. And then this is the alternate color. With all of these releases you'll see on here, Auto World does a version A and a version B, which is really cool that you get two color schemes every time. But yeah, this is the other one. This is a nice olive green, and this one is slightly metallic. This one's got the white vinyl T-tops and the white T-stripe. I do like that combo. I have not seen anything like this being made in the Javelins before, so nice to add a green one to my collection with the blue one. And now AMCs are not the only thing I collect with slot cars. I also do F1 and Le Mans, GT style racers, and Can-Am cars. And this Chaparral 2F is on the Thunderjet style chassis, which they do call Thunderjet Ultra G. In the GT Icon series. This is a brand new series for Auto World, and I'm really excited about this one. Look at this Chaparral 2F. They did a great job on this one. This is obviously based on the super old Aurora T-Jet casting, and it is on a screw-down T-Jet style chassis. But it is a Chaparral. They did put a correct paint scheme on it. I love the red tips on the spoiler, like the real car, and this whole series really is great. They've got the Grand Sport Corvette, the Cobra Daytona Coupe, and the GT40. Now, all of their paint schemes are accurate, which is fine. I mean, I get it. They're trying to sell cars at a retail level, so I went with the accurate one. It's hard for me to collect GT40s and Cobra Daytonas because AFX Race Masters makes them, with the new modern Mega G Pluses. And so I have a bunch of those, and so having the old T-Jet style ones kind of doesn't do it for me. I do have a Grand Sport. I've got one older Auto World release in the correct paint scheme, and I didn't want to add another one in an incorrect scheme. So I just went with the Chaparral. But overall, I do really like this new GT Icon series. Now, I did say I was a completionist with these Javelins, especially the Auto World ones, and that is true to a point. One thing that I don't collect are the I-Wheels or White Lightnings or any chase releases like that, Ultra Reds, things of that nature. There's too many of them, they're too expensive, and frankly, they're too similar. The original concept of White Lightning when Johnny Lightning first came out was really cool, where you had this white paint scheme that wasn't available any other way. And those were a lot of fun. When they started doing the T-Jets, though, in the all the slot cars, the Ultra Gs as they call them, they put white chassis and wheels on them, but the bodies were the same. And so I wasn't going to go collect all of these white chassis to have the same body color. And then they started doing white paint jobs, and I got a couple of them, but they didn't really change them. So it would be white with white stripes, or maybe they would do white with no stripes, or like white with chrome bumpers, and then white with white bumpers. And I'm not a variations guy. I don't like, having it, even like the old AFX Javelins, they had like different colors on the hood sometimes. The mustard one, you could get a silver 5 or a black 5. I don't care. I'm not chasing variations. I just want one of each color, and that's it. So I've got one white Javelin, I've got one white AMX. That's all I need. So yeah, I'm not chasing down the iWheels versions. I will say though, the iWheels version of this release was really interesting. It's white with a gold stripe, and it actually looks really sharp. So that one I wouldn't mind picking up because it is materially different than the other white one I have. But yeah, I'm just artificial chases and variations and things are not my deal, not my jam. I like collecting the regular ones that are available, and yeah, just going from there. All right, that's going to do it for this week's video. Thanks for joining me on another Miniatures Monday. Short one, just 3 cars, but sometimes that's all you add to the collection. Sometimes it's even just one, but it's always fun to get something new added to the collection and share it with all of you. If you've picked up any Auto World cars lately, or any other slot cars for that matter, hit me up down in the comments below, and let's talk about what your newest acquisitions have been. All right, that's going to do it for this one. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.